morning everybody, my name's Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester and I've just come back from walking my dog. I took Max out for a walk about 7:20 because I wanted to get out before it got really hot, and I wanted to get out before everybody starts, you know, getting ready for work and making noise outside my place in the morning. So I got out before everybody got ready for work, basically. And by the time I was coming back home, yeah, people were out ready for work, but I was coming back home, if you know what I mean. So I got up this morning at just gone 7 a.m. and I felt hot and sticky. It's hard to sleep in this weather. I've got this tower fan right in front of where I'm sleeping, so it's cool. We've got workmen outside, so I'm going to shut the door. I don't really want my videos to be interrupted by workmen making noises. Just men outside the building. So it's hot. It's boiling. It reaches nearly 30 degrees during the day. So I put my shorts on. I put my t-shirt on. Grabbed Max. We went out, and it was still muggy. The sky was misty, and it was muggy. So it was muggy, so I could feel it was going to heat up quite quickly. So I'm glad I put my t-shirt and shorts on. There were people out there with thick coats right down from their head to the bottom of their legs. It had been raining by the look of it, so perhaps people thought it was going to rain, but a bit of rain in this heat does not bother me. I have my sweatshirt round my neck in case it did rain, because I could have used it to put over my head or put round my shoulders. So I had a jumper on me. I went straight out onto the field. There was a couple with a white curly haired dog. Yeah, I was dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, but so was other people as well, so I didn't feel out of place. There were a lot of people in coats, but there was a few people in shorts and t-shirts as well, so I didn't feel out of place at all. Max found it a struggle to walk, and not because the ground was hot, but because the air was heavy. So the air was like heavy, so he was pulling on the lead, and I had to keep picking him up and walking him, and he still needed to go to the toilet. He just didn't want to walk in that muggy heat. He must have felt something like in the air, because he kept pulling on the lead, so I kept holding him. And then we started to walk back home, and then you've got the Clark's van, Clarkes, the black Clark's van. There was a lot of workmen about. There was an Asian guy. They all had these yellow high-vis waistcoats on, like him upstairs when he goes to work first thing in the morning. So they was all dressed up like him. There was a short, stocky bloke with dark hair. He was limping, and he had a blue bucket. Street theatrics. And I was reading on TikTok that they never go away and they never stop doing it. It's best to just work with it, you know, work alongside it, and because it's never going to go away. Just ignore them. Somebody told me to just ignore them. Just take no notice of it. Just let them carry on with what they're doing, irritating and trying to annoy you, and ignore them. So that's what I did today. They're not real people. They're not real companies. They're just there to annoy. And there is a really funny video where street theatrics, and it's this bloke is a workman, and he's come out with his like groundscaping tools, and it's got the caption of of like, I'm not here to work, I'm here to annoy you. I'm here to do a job, and that's to annoy you. And unfortunately, this street theatrics happened when I left my ex-husband. 2004. I noticed it when I went up to London. I noticed it when I came back down. And these scary things started happening. There was the London bombings in 2005. I don't know if people remember that. The London bus bombings. And 2 months earlier, I had been on buses that were blown up. I'd been on those buses 2 months earlier. I'd come down from London to Gloucestershire, and like 2 months afterwards, there was the London bombings, the London bus bombings, and the nail bombings, and in their backpacks, bombs in their backpacks and all that. That's when I really noticed that I was being gang stalked and hunted like a criminal, and all these weird things started happening to me. Men coming out of the ground when I'm pushing the baby's pram. So I'd be pushing the baby's pram, and then a dirty bloke could jump out of the drain right in front of me and my baby. My child was nearly abducted twice in the pound shop, in the 99p shop in Gloucestershire. Whenever I called the police, no one would help me. The phone wires would be cut. I'd go into the phone box, shit smeared on the phone receiver. The wire would be cut. They'd stick nasty things in phone boxes that would hurt me and my baby, like wasps, bees. They would smash the ATM machines so I couldn't get any money out of them. Smash the machines. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. I was on my own. I had a baby and I was fucking terrified. I thought I was going to die every day. And I was holding on to my baby, trying to keep my baby safe, and they were trying to steal my baby from underneath my arms while I was trying to go to the toilet. I have to be on my own. I can't go out like a normal person. I have to be by myself, and I have to do things on my own. I cannot live like a normal person. I can't go out like a normal person. I think I've filmed enough footage to show you that my life is not like everybody else's. I think I've done that. Like when I go into a shop, they bring dogs in there, they bring things that are illegal in there, they smoke drugs in shops, and no one gives a fuck. I think I've proven that. So I just have to live like it, because there's no answers. I can't do anything. I can't get help. I can't get counselling. I can't get support. They just want me to feel so miserable I kill myself. I'm sorry, but that is the way it looks to me. Right? Someone's done something so wrong and so disgusting, they don't want it to come out in the open, so they have to keep my mouth shut by intimidating, scaring, frightening, making my life horrible. I cannot go to the seaside by myself. I tried to do that when I was younger, and it's dangerous what they get up to. It's absolutely dangerous. I wouldn't go on a train on my own. Not now. One stop is bad enough, what they get up to just on one stop. But no, I can't live a normal life like other people. It has to be a solitary life, a safe life. I can't go out and enjoy myself like other people can. Simply going into a cathedral. I don't want to put other people through it. A cathedral is a place of worship. They follow me into the cathedral, a church of God. A church. don't want to put other people through it, so I stay at home. It's bad enough I'm going through it, but when other people go through it, it's not fair. They're quite willing to put other people's safety at risk just to get to me. So yesterday we spent at home, right? And they try and harass me by email. I've blocked them. They're pissed off because I've blocked them. I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to play games. I want a real person to talk to, not an internet troll or whatever they are, because I don't even know what they are, male, female, I don't know. I don't know who it is. They want to play games. They want to pretend. Oh, let's play pretend. You know, when you were a kid, you play dress up, and you dress up as a doctor, or you say to somebody, I want to be a fireman when I grow up. I want to be a nurse. Well, this is an adult baby. This is an adult baby mucking about. So they start saying, oh, what's my job today? Oh, I'm a dustbin man. What's your job? And I humoured them to start with, and now it just grow up. Grow up. I don't want to play adult baby games in your tiny mind. I'm an adult. I don't want this. All right, so I'm going to stay home. I'm going to be quiet and get on with what I'm doing. I don't want to play games with you. I don't know who you are. I think you're very dangerous. I think you're very childish. And leave me alone. And it's as simple as that. So you've got workmen all over the place this morning. You've got people from Clark's. You've got another builder's company. They started yapping outside my window. I've had to block myself in on a hot day. I've had to block myself in. So guys, I'm here in my flat. I'm going to put the fans on, keep cool. I am not going anywhere. And Jennifer is my mother. My father's dead. And I don't want all this play acting. And the way my mum dresses when I go up there, her boobs are hanging out of her top. She's got dirty old men's jeans on, things sticking out the back. She's not Derek. My dad died in 2021. And it's no good her pretending she's my father. It was my father that abused me. And then she starts, she knows what my dad did to me, right? It's sick. It's not nice at all to pretend that you're somebody that abused somebody. That's evil. I just don't want to know. I don't want to know any of them. Anyone that has abused me, hit me, punched me, treated me like shit, I don't want to know. I'm happy on my own. I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to sit in shops and be fucking hounded by stupid women talking about fat people. If I'm in my home and I've got peace and quiet and I can make my own cup of tea, listen to the music I listen to, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. Do you think I'm suffering when I'm listening to music I want to listen to? Eating what I want to eat and doing what I want to do? No, I'm not being punished. I'm in my element. The irritating crap that goes on outside, that it goes on outside. I'm in my home. They can't come in here. They can't come in here, can they? And they know they're all fake. And those social workers that came in here with just a load of bullshit. As long as I've got my health and I can stand up and do my own fucking shit, they can piss right off. Don't need them anyway. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1789, the citizens of Paris stormed the Bastille, a fortress prison in the city. Its fall was a landmark event of the French Revolution. and Bastille Day is now commemorated as an annual holiday in France.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 8:24 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Monday, the 14th of July.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Currently, in Rochester, it's 21 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather, with a high of 27 degrees and a low of 13 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Did you hear about the guitarist who fell asleep at a gig? She'd rocked herself to sleep.
Alexa, which celebrity was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 14th of July include Conor McGregor, Gerald Ford, Woody Guthrie, Ingmar Bergman, and Howard Lutnick.
So, guys, what I find that you get is, right, because they can't come into your flat, these gang stalkers, and annoy you inside your flat, they do everything outside to annoy and pester. So, you know, I choose not to go out. I mean, there are families with children, there are young people at home on their own, they could go out, yeah? But I find there's always someone in, whether it's that side, up there, there's always somebody about that's going to make, you know, prattle about, make a load of noise, be a nuisance to try and get you out of the flat, right? And I just have to like put music on, put earphone, you know, put earplugs in and just carry on doing what I'm doing because they cannot leave you alone. It's constant pressure if you let it. Now I just ignore it now. I ignore them. Last night was terrible. So last night, you know, it's hard to go to bed in this heat, and I understand that people are going to make noise. They've got their kids at home. They're going to make a load of racket. I understand that. But last night was awful because this family here, right? Once about 4 or 5 months ago, I lost my temper. And it wasn't when it was hot, it was cool, it was cold, coolish. And they just kept banging against my wall, banging it and banging it and banging it till about 2 in the morning. And I told you, I shouted, I went, shut the fuck up. I got woken up out of my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. They had everything on, they had the telly, they was running around. Yeah, like they was the only one that lived in the building. And the racket was terrible. So she comes out and starts yelling down the corridor, and it was them that was making the noise, yeah. And I thought, right, I can smell cannabis sometimes in there. I'm not going outside. She was acting like a raving lunatic, the mother. So I just kept myself indoors, and I vowed to myself never to let that happen again, never to get myself in that state again, and I won't. So they keep trying it. So it go quiet, and then last night, right near where I'm sleeping, they're banging. It's like a couple of kids doing this for hours, running up and down near the front door, bang, 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 doing all this. So I got my other Alexa and I poked it by the wall. So I've got two Alexas. So I've got one, the main one, which is in here, which I've asked the time and the temperature. And then I've got another one that's got a little like video screen. So I stuck that by my kettle. So they're back doing this by the door, kids, deliberately trying to cause a nuisance. Because it got me going about 6 months ago. It got me going. It woke me up out of my bed. This is why I want to move to somewhere quieter. I mean, if it's a couple of blocks of flats, maybe with a small back garden or something, just to get out of it. Because I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. They used to do it to my dad. They used to wake my dad up at 2 and 3 in the morning and he had heart troubles. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it happened to my dad. It happened to my sister. I don't know. I've tried asking my mother, but I can't get any truth out of her. Because she must know what's going on, surely. Unless she's an actress. My mother could be an actress, couldn't she? She will not tell me the truth. Anyway, they used to play my sister up, and my sister was disabled. They used to laugh at my sister, throw things at my disabled sister. My sister had to move nearly 10 times to get away from neighbours that were being like I'm getting. Like my sister had to move. Her ex-husband, well, her husband, I mean, they had to move nearly 10 times because the neighbours doing things like these are doing. You know the rappers, well, upstairs keeps throwing wrappers on the floor. They're trying to make out, oh, what happened to your sister is going to happen to you. They're throwing wrappers on my balcony. And there's my mum, you know, she's nearly 80, gone through the whole lot of it. I've lost my brother, my sister and my dad. And now they're fucking starting on me. No one attacks my mum. I don't want them to, I'm not saying that, but, you know. So where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Who's doing it? Why they're doing it? Where's it coming from? And, like, why don't the police do anything? It's either the mafia, could be someone in the royal family, it could be the mafia. It's ridiculous. I can't see my son. I don't see my daughter. Everything seems staged and orchestrated. And everything, I'm just, everybody's doing their own thing and I'm stuck indoors, like, stuck to mobile phones with fucking prats asking me for photographs. And they're making noise next door. While I'm doing this video. But then I can go into the other room and make the video, so it doesn't matter. Why should I suffer for the rest of my life because I'm a victim of someone that abused me? Why should I be badgered and harassed every day of my life when I'm the victim? And they did this to that Gouffre woman, that poor woman that exposed Prince Andrew, killed herself. Why should victims end their lives because they can't stand the torture anymore? Why can't they punish the fucking perpetrators? It doesn't matter whether it's a prince or a pauper that's committed the crime. They should all suffer the same consequence. It doesn't matter if you're whoever you are. You break the law. You should pay the price for what you've done. It's as simple as that. So we've got 6 weeks of banging. 6 weeks of kids banging and running up and down. And somebody telling me, why don't I go to the seaside? Why don't they go to the seaside? They're going to the seaside every day. They're going out to places every day. Well, when I was younger, I did as well. When I had kids, I took my kids out. I took them on boat trips. I went to the seaside. I went to Weston-super-Mare with my kids. I went on boat trips with my kids. Do you know what I mean? So I'm an older person. I just want to sit down and relax. I don't want to go to the seaside by myself. I don't want to go to fairgrounds. I'm nearly 60. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Get held at where it is, but the higher rate and the additional rate are both going up as soon as you possibly can. I mean, it was very Weasley words, and I couldn't. He didn't want to get nailed down, but I think he's talked himself into a hole. I think it all goes back to what the Taxpayer Alliance spokesman said earlier, that the government has two choices. One is raising income, which is what it's trying to do through tax, because that's the only income it has, and the other, which it's completely failed to do, is reduce costs. And anyone who runs a business knows that it's about getting your income to exceed your costs, and the income, Labour government just seems to be blind to the reality that the more they try and charge people in tax, in theory, the less people are going to work and will pay taxes that just fund that income.
Certainly one of the lessons from, quotes, a wealth tax from other parts of Europe, where I think in Sweden and France, they put this in, they eventually repealed it because it didn't bring in any money, and they lost a lot because people left. You say you have a small business, David. I'm sure it's doing very well. I hope it's doing very well. As and when you come to sell it, would you be likely to sell it before any changes come into capital gains tax, where you might be paying even more for the sale of your business than you would otherwise?
Well, I agree. Capital gains tax is another tax that I think is certainly going up from everything I've read and seen from government spokesman. I'm not looking to sell it. I'm probably looking to do the opposite and basically just go into what I call temporary retirement. I'm just going to reduce my work, reduce my productivity, reduce my growth, reduce any desire to earn income because I'm paying tax on it, and then basically restart the business when I come out of hibernation, as it were, when this one-term government is out of power and we've got a much more progressive, growth-orientated business that's actually trying to encourage people to build businesses and grow their revenues, grow their profits, and therefore grow their tax incomes. And in the meantime, I'm just going to watch in abject horror from wherever I go and sort of spend my time at the state of the economy, which is going to unfortunately continue to shrink. Every quarter, I suspect there'll be trouble on the growth that's just not going to materialise.
Well, that's the big one, isn't it? We so rarely now hear anything about hiking the G on growth from this government. We just don't hear it. David, I wish you well. Thank you very much indeed for the call. 8:36 is the time. Is this football?
In the blue corner, the 6-time champions of England and 2-time European champions, born in 1905, hailing from Stamford Bridge on King's Road, London. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Chelsea! And in the white corner, the 13-time champions of France and the reigning champions of Europe, founded in 1970, in the iconic Parc des Princes in the City of Light, Paris Saint-Germain!
The legendary boxing commentator Michael Buffer introduced. I mean, did they have walk-on songs? That's Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain at last night's Club World Cup final, held at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, in front of the watchful gaze of President Donald Trump. Aggie Chambray is RBC's political correspondent. He's coming to the UK, Aggie. Tell us when.
He's coming to the UK indeed. So he's officially now accepted his second state visit, unprecedented for any US leader. And we have the dates. The dates are the 17th to 19th of September. Now, those dates may not mean that much to you, but they are when the House of Commons is in parliamentary recess. And that's important because it effectively means that Donald Trump cannot address both houses of Parliament. That's, of course, what Emmanuel Macron did last week when he was on his state visit. It's what Bill Clinton's done, Barack Obama too. They both made speeches to both houses of Parliament, but Donald Trump will be denied that privilege. Now, if you're a leader and you're coming over on a state visit, you are allowed to do that. But of course, because it's in recess, it seems like there's sort of been this workaround, effectively. And there were Labour MPs urging Lindsay Hoyle, the House of Commons Speaker, to refuse the president that honour. 15 Labour MPs and 5 MPs from other parties last week signed a parliamentary motion calling on the Speaker of both houses not to allow Donald Trump to give a speech during the state visit. They include people like Diane Abbott and Kate Osborne. Kate Osborne also said, if we can manoeuvre in a way so the House isn't sitting, that seems like a good solution. Maybe not perfect, as I'd like him to know that he's not welcome. Well, it's not perfect, according to her, but it does sound like a good solution. And also suggested by Lord Mandelson, Peter Mandelson, in the Sunday Times yesterday, when he was asked about MPs being cross about the idea of Donald Trump addressing Parliament, and he said, well, maybe he'll come when it's in recess. So we know that it's going to happen then. We know he's not going to address Parliament, but we do know that he's going to be staying in Windsor Castle. Buckingham Palace confirmed that President Trump and the First Lady Melania will be hosted there. It will include, like visits of this kind, usually do a ceremonial welcome, probably a state banquet. We don't know all of the details yet at this stage. But as we know, Macron and his wife Brigitte also took part in a carriage procession through the town of Windsor, so perhaps that will happen too.
Got a heck of a lot of state visits like that, haven't we? Whether it's the French president or the American one. Do these things work, actually? I mean, I had Anthony Scaramucci on my drive show the other day saying Trump knows what these people are trying to do. He's not a total moron. He knows that they're trying to butter him up and get him to side with their arguments on this, that, and the other. And a lot of the time, he just laughs at them.
It's a good question. I mean, Sir Keir Starmer did have, you mentioned it, that brandish of the invitation of that letter in the Oval Office. And it did, I think, make lots of people cringe and, think he was just trying to play the game and Donald Trump knows what he's doing. But it did result in this seemingly good relationship between the two of them. It did result in this trade deal, or the start of a trade deal at least, signed between the two countries too. And I think Donald Trump does love the pomp and the pageantry that Britain can put on. So he may be able to see, I'm sure he can see exactly that this is sort of slightly sucking up to him, but I don't think that will mean that he'll dislike it particularly. And I think Emmanuel Macron very much likes that he had the state visit before Donald Trump.
Well, he certainly likes the royal family, does Donald Trump, and he loves his golf, so maybe there's a row with King Charles now? We'll have to wait and see. Aggie, thank you very much indeed. Aggie Chambray, LBC's political correspondent. Now, do you remember when Donald Trump